And we're back for a match, a Dota match between EG and Newbee. I'm LDFB on the Summit, guys. Welcome back. Of course, this is the loser bracket round 3 match. The winner will play Vici Gaming in the lower bracket finals, and then the winner of that gets to play Cloud9 in the grand finals. So 2 of those 3 matches will happen today. Tomorrow will be the grand finals, and of course, $168,000 at stake. Big match for both teams. Best of 3. Game 1 underway, and with that being said, we get into it right now. Man, it actually happened when I said it would. Wow. Wow. Winter, can you hear me this time?
Well played, Brian.
Slowly but surely.
He's working on it. And Newbee actually got a Lycan. The Lycan's through.
The wolf man is on the loose, but what is the exchange? There's definitely some sort of exchange.
Yeah, what is the trade going to be for EG? The Death Prophet, the Enigma?
Death
Oh, the
Prophet
bat.
and bat, right?
Interesting. Not a hero EG have prioritized much.
But it's very good synergy though. The Death Prophet with the Bat Rider. It's a similar reason of I talk about like Bat and Shadow Fiend together. Like you pull someone into someone's AoE ultimate, like a Death Prophet. It's very effective and it kills the target very fast. That's like the main important reason. The burst damage from it.
It's also just good around the Roshan pit, I think, is the bigger thing. And Death Prophet wants to take Rosh on the Dire side.
Yep.
Actually, both teams really want their Rosh. Now the Shadow Shaman coming out for Newbee.
Can we have a Rosh on the Radiant side and the Dire side so everyone has Rosh?
Well, then Radiant would be really imba. But yeah, Newbee get a lot of push early on. EG get a lot of Roshan control and teamfight prowess already. Not much like teamfight lockdown though. Very single target heavy for both drafts, but I imagine we will see some of those types of heroes removed shortly. Especially for Newbee, still looking for their offlaner here. And it's an Ursa ban from Newbee. Does match up very well against Lycan. Good for taking the Rosh as well. We saw this earlier today from EG. They actually ran it for Fear. Went for an early Midas on the after the Roshan Mask of Death, and then back into a Blink Dagger Hex.
Yeah, the Roshan on the Dire side, basically you just want to run something every time on the Dire that can do Roshan, that can abuse the fact that you are nearer to Roshan. It's either you have something like Enigma, or you have Ursa, or you have Brave King, or you have a TA. This 4 is the first few heroes that comes to my mind when you're talking about Dire side control of the Rosh.
Yeah, and speaking of Enigma, say goodbye to that one, Zai. Not going to get his hands on it this time around. And
that hero, I think that hero is very strong. At the moment on the Dire side, it's very, very strong.
Well, it's also EG who just really favor it in general.
Yeah, they just know how to use the hero to like the maximum potential. It's very, very, very effective at his farming. He creates the environment where you have 4 cores. That's the most scary part.
Yeah, but he just comes online so fast compared to other heroes. If you don't beat him at like the 2-minute mark, then he will be a huge threat.
I mean, it's the jungling pattern plus the way he plays the hero though. His decision making is always very good on the black holes, and his item choices as well. It's always really good and spot on. I just think that every time I see EG having Enigma, it's like the game is feeling half circuit already for them on the Dire side.
It just feels like it's like if you play Monopoly, but they start with like double the money. It just feels like they have an unfair advantage at that point.
Yeah, you're always like forced to go in the jungle and just play sentries and stuff like that to slow his Enigma down. Then his Enigma still gets his farm and he ganks you when you block his camp, and he just there's always so many different things that he can do to make sure that his Enigma is useful in the game.
Wondering what kind of secondary support we're going to see for Newbee here with the Shaman already picked up, and EG go Dazzle. So
Dazzle.
They're looking to keep this Death Prophet alive, and
Dazzle and Death Prophet is very scary, and the ultimate of Dazzle, if you get it on the opponent heroes, the Death Prophet ultimate is going to shred everything.
Time to pick X.
X.
Get that Culling Blade going.
Time to say good day. But Dazzle, I think you should always skip the poison nowadays. Just get heal and the grave though. I see a lot of players starting to do that as well. Just the poison without the mini stun at level 1 is just almost useless as a skill.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
They're gonna go for more damage on tanky heroes.
And EG go for Sven. Ooh.
is not expected. It's like a fear
Fear's
class.
old favorite hero, and I actually kind of like him this game. Winter, you're up against all physical damage, basically. The Alk stun, the Lycan right clicks, the wards, and you get huge armor from Warcry. It's been
Yeah,
buffed a
Warcry
lot recently.
plus Dazzle Ultimate. Hmm.
It's kind of a
And then you,
nice, it's kind of a creative draft from EG. I'm liking this. Also a hero that can stand toe to toe with a Lycan if he gets some decent farm.
if he has a Whiz even on his side.
Yeah, that might be the last ban here for Newbee. Is we've seen the Sven Wisp duo before, and it's very scary. For now, they go for
Enchantress.
Bananas Enchantress, so they get some jungle options, and this could allow them to put a lot of pressure on Arteezy before he comes online for the Death Prophet.
And it's also providing his team a lot of pushing power with the Shaman and Enchantress lane. Alchemist is going to be their safe lane, it seems, and Enchantress can't be touched by Sven until Sven has like some muscle madness or anything.
Yeah.
It's quite good like kiting the Sven around, but I agree that the last ban would be expected from Newbee would be the IO for sure.
And then as for Newbee, they've got their supports. I guess this puts the Alchemist into a core role, probably going mid for Moo, and then they'll be needing that offlaner. Who's it going to be? Who will we see Rabbit play this game? They banned Tide. Wisp is removed.
There's still wait, Centaur if they want, Centaur's banned. There's still Darkseer maybe. What else is there? Darkseer can be used to kite the Sven around. You can use search your teammates to safety, or what else? They have Clockwork. Clockwork can kite a Sven decently with the power cogs. Maybe they need something that goes through BKB.
Do they want even more push here? Do you think it needs to be a team fighter like that?
Yeah, I think they need someone to control the team fight. Something like a Clockwork. Clockwork would be one of the few left behind in their pool, or maybe even a Puck. Puck works really well with Lycan.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen the offlane puck. Actually, it was something that a lot of the Western teams were favoring back
Especially
before
C9.
TI4. Yeah, C9 ran a
C9.
lot for Bone 7.
EG is looking for what type of supports they're looking for since there's no more Wiz. Maybe another follow-up stun for the Sven, maybe a Lashrock or a Lina, so you can burst the Enchantress down. That would be decent. That will actually open up their laning to be much more aggressive. They can actually challenge the lane because they have a Lina. If let's say they pick a Lina or a Lash along those lines, the lane is very, very powerful with kill potential early on.
And they need that magic burst versus the Enchantress. You have the Ghost, I suppose, but that's only going to be later on. It's EG who takes the Universe Darkseer, actually. And this hero can put a lot of pressure on Lycan in the laning stage.
Wait, Sven support. No?
Yeah, I
Yes,
guess it's got to be a. It could be a unless they run the 4-position Batter Darkseer and just get greedy.
But the enemy has an Enchantress to gank your lanes.
Yeah, I hear you.
Actually, might not be a bad idea because.
But they also have a Shadow Shaman who can go for those ganks, but generally wants to get his level 6.
I think it's a support Sven. They'll just do like maybe roaming Sven and Dazzle, rather than Darkseer solo the lanes or something. But it seems like it's a little weird though. It's not very strong, and they have only like DP as their fighting like a damage DPS, and they have Darkseer and Batrider as team fight control. So they are going to rely everything on the DP to deal damage.
You know, once upon a time, Winter, Universe and Fear combined for a pretty beautiful Darkseer Sven combo.
I remember that he crit Navi to death with one blow.
DreamHack winner 2012.
Yeah, DreamHack.
The only exciting thing that happened at that entire tournament, but it was damn exciting. Actually, there was the Roshan bait. It's
going to be an off-lane Alchemist LD and a mid-lane Puck. They're going to switch things up.
Rabbit on the Alch. Do you think it's going to be an off-lane Alch? I guess they can go aggressive here even.
Chinese teams play a lot of off-lane Alchemists. Even the old Newbee with Xiao 8. He plays a lot of off-lane Alchemists. It's very good at off-lane for a few reasons. Sometimes because you always pressure when you're missing. You start with boots and you always pose the threat of coming and gank the middle lane with your stun, and you have boots, so it's easy to land the concoction on the middle hero. Especially if it's a Death Prophet. Death Prophet has low armor at the start, low HP. Alchemist stun will do a lot of damage, and combined with the Puck Orb and Waning Reef, the kill potential is always there. And not to mention, you were talking about Enchantress starting at the start of the game, pressuring the Death Prophet a lot with his creeps. So Death Prophet could be in a position where she's always low on HP or more or less not full HP, and the Alchemist comes in, for example, and lands a stun Puck. There's always a potential of killing the Death Prophet with the Puck.
It is Zai on the Bat Rider. Winter, I think I was right, buddy.
Good.
Fear on the Sven, but I think it's a carry Sven.
Yeah,
I told you. You didn't believe me.
I am believing you now.
Oh, ye've little faith. This is pretty greedy though by EG. But let's see if Newbee can punish it.
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna do? I've seen this once before. There was a team I can't remember who did a Bat Rider plus Darkseid offlane together.
I remember the Darkseer Clockwork days from Rattlesnake. I don't remember a Bat Rider Darkseer.
Bounty Hunter or something along those lines. It's dual lanes. If you look at the heroes, okay, so they have melee carry and enchantress. So at the start of the game, the Darkseer can pressure the lane. So if you have a dual lane, it means the first two field waves of creep before the enchantress comes to the lane, the safe lane melee hero cannot actually last hit in the lane.
Is he just gonna? Is he just? Yeah, I guess he has to. I was like, well, the only other thing I could think of is that he surges the first creep in to push the lane, so it pushes back. But then he has surge at level 1, so.
That's a really old playstyle. I don't think you do that now against a melee. Even not against a melee, just try to get double Iron Shell up on the lane.
Yeah. Okay, let's introduce the teams though. Game 1 of a TI4 showdown. We have Newbee on the Radiant side. Banana will be handling the Enchantress that put Sanshang onto the Shaman. Moo will be going mid as the Puck, and the off lane is Rabbit, so good call there on the Alchemist. How safe lane is the Lycan, gets the range creep in front. And meanwhile, for EG, you've got Zai playing the Bat Rider into the enemy jungle to start things off. Universe on the Darkseer off lane. Maybe the Bat even just looks to jungle fairly early on in the enemy woods. You've got Arteezy playing the Death Prophet.
I think his plan is going to be this, annoying the lane though.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm not sure.
PPD the Dazzle, and then Fear will get the safe lane's farm, so perhaps Fear can repeat his exploits from years past. But yeah, he does seem to be trying to annoy the lane for now.
What is he doing? Okay, he's gonna wait. Okay, he's gonna wait for the support to pull the wave and then start firefighting to steal the experience. Is that the plan? What is the plan? Okay, that's the plan. They're gonna steal the camp now.
So they want to slow down the Shaman's early level progression, it seems, and also pressure the Lycan
as well. And the Lycan too.
And Sanshang going for the pull through, not going to get it, as I will quickly clear out the creeps. And these two are both very good at clearing waves, the Bat Rider as well as the Darkseer. So this is going to put the Lycan under a lot of early pressure.
Or is he just going to burn this wave, get level 2 and start jungling on his side of the map? This is really weird.
Well, he's getting quite a few creeps denied, but he will get this.
Oh no!
Oh, he got it anyway.
Oh my god, that base damage of Bat Rider. Mercy, please, Ice Shock. No more nerf Bat Rider base damage.
You're biased, Winter. First gank. Oh, backs off. Universe has already surged out of here. There's not even a Dire Observer ward to give. Oh, actually, no, there is. Never mind. Couldn't see it on the minimap.
One day, Bat Rider would have lower base damage than Tachis.
He's getting there, man. But what if Sticky Napalm just gave you, like, I would be okay with that if Sticky Napalm did more, but it just takes a while to stack it up, you know?
Yeah, he's gonna burn this camp and then stack the right side. He didn't try a double stack just now, okay. So he's gonna get 3 stacks here, but he won't have enough mana, I think, to do it. Oh, he has a clarity. He's gonna get almost close to level 4, I think, after he does the stack. So it's still looking good for him. So the objective of what he did at the start was just to secure his level 2, so he can jungle and hopefully steal some experience away from the Shaman and give the Lycan some form of pressure in the first wave, I guess. That was the plan.
Oh, Rabbit gets juked in the trees and ends up stunning himself. And now we'll be driven back a bit by PPD, who throws out the Poison Touch. He's already level 3, but there's nothing to throw a heal to, unfortunately.
Yeah, PPD has the teleport score and no skill. 2 skill points remaining to take, so he can actually back anyone up.
Yeah, he can skill grave if he needs to, or he can maybe go for a kill with the heal bomb if the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, like the thing I like about Dazzle support is when you get free reign to keep pulling, you can do a lot of camps because you can keep repeatedly hitting your creep wave and you can like clear stacks just by pulling with Dazzle, and you get a lot of experience at the start. And you can see he's already level 3 here, and compared to the enemy support, which is not, I think it's level 2.5, yeah, close to 3. He's slightly ahead.
And it seems that EG were on the money about Newbee, where, you know, they're not going to go for too much early pressure running the Shaman support and the Lycan safe lane. They really can't against the soft lane Darkseer. Then the Lycan's just going to get dove.
Like we mentioned before we talk about this, if you leave a Lycan free farm, you must have something that you're getting trade off. Otherwise, Lycan free farm just totally wrecks the game after that. Because Lycan just becomes so strong with a few items and he just takes over the game.
I think they have the tools to deal with Lycan. You've got Grave to kite him in ult form. You've got the Sven armor from Warcry that we talked about. Surge to help your teammates run away from him. Lasso to lock him down through BKB.
Yeah,
they have everything they need to deal with a farm
Lasso
Lycan.
just in case the wolf becomes a rat, so you can catch him.
That's not progress though. If the wolf becomes a rat, that's going backwards.
That's a big rat. So.
And
okay,
you could see just that's a really big and very dangerous, vicious rat. That's a New York City rat.
New York City rat.
I do like the way that Newbee are handling this though, because even if they're not getting aggressive, they are prioritizing the Shaman level 6. Although EG want to go, they surge in the Bat Rider. They're gonna dive Shang. He could go for a Hex here, but he's got to wait until the surge wears off, and it's already too late. First blood with the Ion Shell is confirmed for EG, and now they push.
So he gets levels and he comes and ganks the lane. And this is like similarly where they are giving farm to the support and they catch the support out of the lane. This is just a very good play by EG understanding what Newbee is trying to do and just punishing the support getting the experience. Now they're gonna try and smoke. Maybe Samsung is gonna meet up with Banana, get a creep. Okay, they smoke. They don't have the best creeps to gank though, but I think they still want to smoke because EG has been rotating and pressuring the Lycan a lot. They need to get something done on the other side of the map against the Sven.
Yeah, realistically, they're not killing the Darkseer at this stage of the game. They don't have enough lockdown. They don't have the right creeps for it. But the Death Prophet's a possible kill. Oh, he's going to reveal it, but he walks in a little bit too far. Right into the Shadow Shaman's waiting arms now. Can go for a Hex. He'll go for the Aether Shock instead. Doesn't have mana for Hex, but the Orb, if needed, would have gotten the kill. It wasn't needed. They end up getting it by the Enchantress instead.
I want to say that's actually a worthy death by the Bat Rider, the support Bat Rider.
Saves the Death Prophet mid. That's true.
Yeah, it's either gonna save the Death Prophet or the Sven. Or the Dazzle, maybe. Dazzle can save the Sven, so I'm not sure if they can kill the Sven, but the Death Prophet was the one at the most risk because the Puck was level 6.
Speaking of the Sven, he's gone for early treads on Fear, so going for a little bit more power early game, and with the heal here and the ultimate from Fear, they end up getting the kill in the Alk.
The heal bomb, there was 3 melee creeps around there, and they're gonna spot out Banana. Is RTZ gonna come in for this kill? Bat Rider can stack the napalm up on him, and probably they get the kill.
They're bringing in PPD, but this is just to force Banana out. They do not want this Enchantress taking away the Bat Rider's jungle. And at this point, I don't think she can really be in there against the Bat. He's already level 5, has Tranquil Boots. He's scary. But Banana's gonna try to keep the pressure up.
They have a ward up there though, LD, so they can keep tabs of the progress of the Bat Rider. That's the good news of the Enchantress running in just now.
And they do have Coil on Moo. And this might be where he looks to make a move towards those creeps if he finds an opening. They really don't want to just give the Bat an early blink like this. And
stack the Ancient just for the Alchemist maybe? Yeah, he's gonna do that. So Alchemist can catch up later. He's just gonna be staying around though. This Enchantress is not gonna have too quick levels here. He's just gonna help his team make sure that all the laning phase is going well and the Alchemist can come back. And Universe meanwhile, he's gonna be able to pressure the Lycan a lot because the support's on at bottom.
This Lycan actually had to go for a bottle because he's just constantly burning down to the Ion Shell and didn't feel like he could just farm a Vlad straight away Winter, but it does delay that Vlad's as a result.
The bottle is actually quite good. I mean into the mid game, just like how Envy likes to play his carries with bottle. If you get a good middle lane, RTZ gets called up. He's gonna get silent as a Grave. Is he gonna live? No TP scroll there. I think he's still gonna fall.
Oh, he's pretty fast though. That last right click doesn't hit him at the right time. Then they bring in the Bat Rider, and with the stick charges, RTZ will end up surviving. Moo tries to turn, but the slow turn rate from the napalm puts him near the creep wave, and that's a big commitment for no gain at all. The shallow grave pays off.
PPD there, always at the right time to build his team up, either with the Treant Protector or with the Dazzle.
It's true, it is a PPD classic. Just having that healing type hero.
Yeah, I think he plays this 3 hero really well, like Shadow Demon, Treant, or Dazzle, this 3. All to build his teammate up.
Well, now EG in good shape as this laning stage continues to take shape. Headdress up for
Yeah.
Universe. Mech won't be too far off as Newbie smoke and look to make a move mid. Arteezy's got his
Yeah.
core items.
You can sense the urgency on the newbie side. They know they have to get something done. All the lanes are not going too well for them.
And it really just goes back to the fact that Enchantress has not been able to find openings. And the pressure on the bottom lane has really shut down the Lycan Shaman and prevented any early towers. Prevented.
Yeah, he's like 10 CS behind the Sven at this point.
It just seemed like EG, like they knew what Newbie were going to do even before it happened. With leaving the Shaman bottom and trying to put the Lycan in the woods and be really greedy, they were completely ready for that and immediately punished it with the first blood.
Yeah, just look at how Arteezy is positioning himself. He's so afraid when he can't see its support at bottom.
Oh, he should be, because they are coming mid. But they won't find him. He's just chilling in the trees, and they can't push it without the wards that quickly. They can try and slowly work this tower down, but it's going to take a while, and Arteezy can spam out the wave a bit. By the way, you'll be happy to note, Winter, that he has max Witchcraft first, not the Crypt Swarm.
Yeah, he knows. I mean, he's been doing that every game, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think we saw one yesterday that didn't, though, and it was very disappointing. Well, bottom lane, Zai will dive. He finds How with the lasso, pulls him back into the wall, and into a double Ion Shell. They get a kill on the Lycan. And once again, well, actually Moo tries to come in and help his team, but Orb's out. Almost dies to the Ion Shell. Has to retreat. They will coil up the Batrider. Then they shackle him in position with Song Sheng, and they do get the counter kill, but it's not an easy one. Then PPD arrives, looking for Moo, who orbs out to the south side. Looks like he'll make his retreat. The Enchantress also on the way, but Sven is here. Sven has come, and he wants kills. He looks for Moo. Moo will melt. Doesn't even get in range for the right click, and the tower can't be denied by the creeps. The Lycan Wolves attempt it, but they fail. And everywhere that you look, it's just EG overrunning Newbie.
This is just a really early fighting build from the Sven. Getting a blink, no drums, no Mass of Death, nothing. Just a blink to fight.
It's so much better on Sven now that it doesn't cost mana.
Yeah, it's so much better on everyone because it doesn't cost mana. Like, to be honest, everyone that uses the blink early now, the Panda, the Sven, the Raid King, all the Strength heroes, the Sand King.
Yeah, I think for, Moo, mid lane. No. Is he really going in here? The stun will go on Rabbit, worried that Moo might be able to phase shift it if he throws it on him. And the wards will now be dropped. They hold PPD in position, and they will get the kill before he's able to get off a defensive shallow grave. So a nice turn by Newbie, but it's not wards in range of a tower. They're not taking objective for this, and they're only getting the one kill on a support Dazzle. So I'm not sure if it's good enough. So they'll bring in the Lycan as well, but Fear's waiting for him in the river. And they can maybe kill him off with a nuke.
Oh,
they actually vacuum him up to the high ground. Universe, Dota in action. But How pops ult, runs away to the north. And now Universe has held in place by the coil, but there's just no follow-up for that. EG end up getting the kill, keeping everybody alive. And the Puck, as he goes down, just watches his ally helplessly run to the north.
That vacuum was so sick. It was just a level 2 vacuum.
Yeesh. EG are just on another level right now compared to Newbie.
Yeah, the way they were approaching the game is very interesting. The way they played the game. Batrider as like a semi-support, I would say. Disrupting farm and just coming to gang even without lasso. And just running around. Not focusing on farming the blink, but just helping the team. And now he gets the blink because of that.
Well, How has gone for a Midas. Not going to complete a Vlad's right away, but wants to play catch-up after a pretty... It's not even that his CS is bad, but it's just that they haven't taken any towers, and we're already 13 minutes in.
Yeah, we were talking about you have Ench, you have Shaman, you have Lycan, you should take towers, but everyone is standing now. Every single tower of EG is still standing.
They got to do something soon, Winter. Because you go too much later in this game, and EG, it's going to be almost impossible to fight them around the Roche pit, I feel. Like you're going to be up against Batrider near the pit. You're fighting into a Darkseer with vacuum wall, and you just can't kill anyone quickly because of shallow grave. And EG actually are the ones to make their move. They smoke up. They're going to wrap towards the left side, while Newbie group near the tower, perhaps going for a movement of their own. They almost have a blink dagger on move, so I think they want to wait for that before they move. And EG actually go all the way towards top. Fear's ultimate ready, and he can use this to secure the tier 1.
Rabbit might get caught when he's trying to acid spray here. He might get caught.
There's dire vision now. Zai spotted them out. He can jump in momentarily. How's ult form will end. He's just made it to the top lane. They pull in Shang, but do they follow this? It looks like Zai's just overextended a bit too far. Trying to get out of here, but the shallow grave will only keep him alive for so long. Now heads away the other direction, but can't make it out. Fear starting to tank imp damage. Still they get 2. The big bad Sven doing his work. Can they finish him? They need one more good imp. That would do it, and Alkstun would do it as well, but nobody can get in range. The Warcry move speed is just too much, and once again, Fear Sven, both tanky and elusive. And
How did he blow him out alone?
he had his ultimate pop, but he was like at like 300 health, and Puck just blinked in, or silenced, and instantly killed him. I think he hadn't seen the blink yet, because it's nighttime and he just picked it up.
Oh, that was very costly. It's even a level 2 ultimate on cooldown now. They can't take a tower. Middle lane. Here comes the Iron Shell Bad Rider. This is one bad Rider. Samsung dies. This is the second time he died to Iron Shell Bad Rider this game.
There's just, I mean, what do you do? Yeah, Hex isn't going to save you. Shackle isn't going to save you because he's still just killing you with Iron Shell even then. There's just nothing you can do. You can't ward trap him.
You can only blame the fate that you are a Jiangyu, a support, a sauce.
You need a 4-staff, but you're not farming it at this rate. And even then, I don't know if it saves you. It just gives you a slight chance.
The only thing that saves him is just having Dazzler on his team, maybe.
And we haven't even really seen the full potential of EG's lineup, Winter. Like, for me, I'm just waiting to see if they can find a vacuum into a Stormbolt. Can they get that?
Silence.
Or Stormhammer, as they call them.
And then a silence and whatever follow-up.
Yeah,
I don't think
that's where the real beauty of the Sven Darkseer lies.
They don't really need it though. They can just lasso somebody and just vacuum wherever it comes, like even 2 heroes.
They don't need it. It would just be friggin' awesome.
Yeah, obviously it'd be awesome. You can make a BTS moment from that.
We'll hope for one. Regardless of who wins, I at least want to see that once this game. Firefly will end for Zai. He can blink out if he needs to, and he'll just retreat up to the north side of the trees. They are spotted out by a Radiant Observer Ward, so not sure if they'll find any openings. But Newbee are thwarted. They want to get the tower mid, and Fear managed to deny it. Now he just farms the wards. Pops his ult to clean these up a bit quicker. Yeah, just chopping the wards. He's one-shotting them and gets all the wards. Barely even takes damage. Almost has a BKB up as well. Hold that thought. Bottom lane, Arteezy on the run. The Centaur's going to be here. Dodges away from the stomp. Shang runs back the other direction. Got all twisted up while top lane. Banana has been lassoed and quickly melts. Rabbit looking for a stun. I feel like this Alchemist has just joined the game or something. I haven't seen him do much. Now tries to TP out. And now bottom lane. They do find Arteezy anyway.
He was so cocky and he went back. He just ran back in and threw a Creep Storm, and Lycan just immediately ulti form and the Wolf's body block so the Shaman could follow up with the Hex.
Well, Arteezy's might get carried whether he likes it or not. Because they're diving.
Oh, top lane.
Moo's going in real hard for this. The coil was used just to try and keep them alive. Now Shang goes out for a very ambitious Shackles, but it's immediately canceled. Moo is a DD though, and this might be enough to get some retaliatory kills. They kill off 3. They only lose 1, and now they chase for Universe, but don't see them finding him without the coil. They'll try for it in 3 seconds, perhaps, an orb. And then there's no way. There's just no way. I'm not sure why they're chasing this.
They can't chase him down. He has a blink already. It's just too far. Rune's gonna be bottom. It's gonna be a regen rune.
I feel like Arteezy should just move with his team more, Winter, honestly. They're very strong when they're grouped up.
He's trying to split push. I'm not sure about the decision. He can just join his team and push with the Sven with the DPRT and just take a fight. I think they're already far strong enough to take a fight against Newbee.
I would also like to see them, if the next time they get a pick, just go take Roche with the Death Prophet ult. They have mech now in Universe. Like you said, they're 5-man strong, and Newbee are not really... I guess they just got their mech on Rabbit as well, so they have leveled up quite a bit. Maybe it's not so easy to win that fight anymore.
Yeah, look at how farm is Universe to his plate mail, blink, and mech soaring. 18 minutes to very farm.
Oh, he's got a plate mail? Oh
yeah,
my
he has a
god.
plate mail.
Wow, that's
level
really
12
farmed. He's almost even with Fear, who's had a great game on the Sven. And this is going to be nice as well. Like, you get the plate mail up, and I imagine we'll see the Shiva's guard just straight away.
Yeah, Shiva's for
This-
sure against the Lycan. You want to slow his attack speed down so he can't deal as much damage in the fight. And not to mention that you have the armor for the acid spray and the wards and everything. Everything is physical damage there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm concerned about for Newbee, is it's all physical damage. And if this goes on too much longer, and yeah, EG are getting their BKBs, so you can't nuke them down. You don't have much nukes anyway. And then they're just going to be too tanky with the Sven Warcry and now the plate mail, the Shiva's guard coming soon. Arteezy maybe gets something like that later. And they'll just take the Roche with ease, EG. They just know they can't be fought here, and Newbee are actually smoked top. Maybe they catch EG trying to defend this tier 1.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for someone to defend, maybe come back and defend and just gonna pick them off. But I don't think EG, at most they'll defend the tier 2, not the tier 1.
And Fear will take the Aegis. There's an Enchantress creep, the Wildkin, or the Wildwing Ripper, scouting it out, looking for Zai, but he's just not there in vision. And looks like EG will be content to give up the tier 1. Do they defend the tier 2 is the question. The wards are up on the Shaman,
Check for TP. Sven doesn't have a TP. DP, they're all gonna buy their TPs now. Yeah, they're gonna defend.
but Moo doesn't have mana here. He's only got enough for Coil. He does have 2 bottle charges. Could switch to Intreads, but they're not going to get this tower. Might be another tower deny. Stormbolt coming. Moo will phase shift, so it's not a 2-hero Stormbolt that Fear was hoping for. He could Warcry to chase this. Blake's cooling down, and Moo will retreat to the north. That Stormbolt, 3 seconds. It's close. The vac will prevent the TP out. Now Rabbit channels the stun again. He gets silence. He's going to self-stun, but that might end up stunning 2 of EG. As they run next to him, it gets Universe. And Moo's just waiting now. He wants to cut this wave and maybe going for the tower last hit. It's really low. Orbing forward, looking for it. But Zai's there with the last one. I think it's going to take 2 hits to kill this. It'll be very close. 2 hits, and that's too much. It's actually denied by Zai. Moo, painful defeat there, but he will blink to the right. And meanwhile, Ichi are like fighting on the other side of the map, completely across the world from this engagement. Hao finally got a tower, though. It took him for ages to bring that down.
He has enough gold for armlet though. Usually we see the Chinese players getting armlet on Lycan nowadays. Instead of getting the Necrobook. Oh no, Banana's gonna get caught out by the Sven with the Iron Shell. Just easy kill back.
He was just in an awkward position. Didn't have a TP and just runs right back into the enemy team. But I'm just not seeing it. Like, Newbee to me just can't take larger scale engagements. They are gonna have to split push, find pickoffs, but they're not really the best lineup for doing that. They don't have the Bat Rider. They don't really have the mobility of EG.
But I think they actually have enough damage to win the team fight with the Howl, Acid Spray, and the Lycan dealing damage, right-click damage. If they can somehow, the Puck manages to silence the Dazzle, and they take down someone immediately, they have enough damage to do that. I think they can win a team fight.
Let's see if they agree. For now, they're split pushing. Puck to the top lane.
Yeah, maybe until Lycan gets the next item, they will fight. He has like close to 4,000 gold now.
What do you go? So you said armlet. Do you just go straight for? If he wanted armlet, he would have bought the components by now.
Yeah, I think he's not sure what he wants to buy because like BKB doesn't help against the Lasso and the DP ulti and the Sven.
Do you go straight for like AC or heart, like more like
he
hard
needs to
carry
go
like
for
in game
armlet or
items?
armor items. I think armor items. AC would also be good. He bought something. I saw he bought something. What did he buy? Oh, he sold it. I saw he bought something.
A Desolator? The RTZ or the Eternal Envy Desolator?
He
Rush?
needs army. Sorry, not army. Armor. What the heck? Army.
Oh,
he gets a
BKB.
BKB still.
Yeah. There's not much to stop with the BKB.
I'm not sure though. BKB just makes sure that the Sven doesn't stun you and you don't get back and the silence from the DP.
That's true. The DP silence is a bit annoying if he gets caught out by it. Newbee are smoked. And towards the bottom lane they trot, looking for someone from EG to poke their head out. But just as they start retreating, EG are actually moving in. Now they've brought 4 in. Sangshang is poised to go, but he already has this Blink Dagger, and now the smoke's going to wear off. Arteezy's about to get vision of him. It is nighttime. The wards drop down, and Arteezy walks in, then he backs out, then he goes in again, silences Sangshang. Bat Rider leaping forward, looking for the puck. Moo gets black, vacuum back in once again. Universe finding that opening that EG can follow up upon. And they want to finish him. Yeah, can't orb out.
Yeah, I didn't get time to orb out.
That's just a panic moment when you're like, all right, I used my blink, and I've been vacuumed back. I'm pretty much dead.
this tower is gonna fall. They still have the Aegis for a couple of 3 minutes, I think 2 or 3 minutes. Then they can still go for high ground for this. Lasso is gonna be off cooldown in 30 seconds, 38 seconds. Somewhat when the puck respawns. I think they can go high ground with this.
How
Lycan
does
is
have a
gonna
double
try to-
damage rune?
Yeah, Lycan's gonna try and go for the trade here with the double damage as well.
Well, he used it first now, but he keeps on pushing the mid tier 2 while EG try to siege this tower out. They've got the Sven ultimate, and with it deployed, this tower will drop pretty quickly. Universe even just karate chopping wards down. Tier 2 falls. Do Newbee defend? They're losing their tier 3s. They've got to come back sooner. They're going to lose their base. Maybe they just go for a straight Rax trade. As the puck TPs into the tower, it seems they may just be trying to stall this one out and go for that trade. Stun on the banana. They've already lost the melee Rax. Lycan still not breaking through. He's been lassoed very deep behind enemy lines. Now pops his ultimate, retreats out, gets the tower, while the rest of the team still engaging at the base. Banana's fighting with Sangsheng. BKB comes out from Fear. That cleave does so much work. Banana's still alive, but they haven't actually gotten anything mid. There's no trade in sight for Newbee, just the tier 3 tower. And the rest of EG make their way out. Coil already been used. No stuns ready. EG make the full successful escape.
They gained the Rex. Tier 3 was taken middle only, and they got a melee Rex. That was a huge victory for them. Still has his Aegis.
It's just tough for Newbee at this point. I feel like they just don't have a great initiator. Like, puck jumps in, but it doesn't scare EG when the puck jumps in, and Shaman is too squishy to really engage.
The problem was like they only have 4 heroes. The Lycan was like he thinks that the team can't do the team fight because Puck he was dead, so he didn't want to come back early and he just elected to go for the trade. If the Puck was alive, I think they can actually try and take a fight with the Puck call, and the Lycan just runs in with his DD.
They have Death Prophet ult in 7 seconds, even though they don't have the Aegis. I wonder if EG just go straight down again. They've got Shivas coming out for Arteezy, so give them a double Shivas now. Everybody's tanking up to deal with the HAL damage. And at this point, he's got 21 armor before the Sven Warcry. With the plus 16 from that, he's sitting on 37 armor on Arteezy. And it's even more on Universe. And
yeah, how about the Dazzle?
See, I'm not sure they can get those kills, Winter, even without the Dazzle. Like, their damage is gonna tickle. There's no magic damage really on Newbee at this point. Nothing notable.
No Dagon on the Puck.
No Dagon, no E-Blade, no Skywrath Mage.
Only Enchantress Ultimate. Impetus, that's pure damage.
This will be tough for Newbee, but they are going to try to defend right now. Throwing the orb out to scout for the Batrider, who's actually in the trees, but a little bit farther away from that. I don't think the orb actually got vision of him. But either way, they sense that this is where he'd go, and now the Wolves will confirm his presence there.
Man, those Wolves can tank the Firefly.
Yeah, their regen is just insane. But so too is EG's ability to siege. Jumping in on the puck, he can blink out of this one, I believe. No, doesn't. Actually just gets stunned in the face. It goes down. I guess his blink was on cooldown.
He could have silenced at least.
Yeah. Drops the wards, but Arteezy just starts the siege, and now they pull Sangsheng down to the low ground. At least he used his wards first, so they still have his main tool for the defense. This is forced out a puck buyback. And EG may just be content with their victory here. Back off, farm the enemy woods, and go back for Roche, which is coming soon. 2 minutes and counting.
Yeah, and the Lycan went for a Desolator.
Yeah, this is going to be a base trade build, but when you're already down a melee Rax, and you're up against a Death Prophet and a Sven, base trading is not the easiest thing in the world to accomplish.
Unless you're Whis Tiny, and nobody beats you.
Well, Navi learned that lesson the hard way. That's for sure. What do you think at this point, Winter? Like, what would you rate Newbee's chances at, and what can they do to come back in this game?
Yeah, it's very difficult for them to take a straight engage already after using buybacks and trying to. They lost the fight, so they can only try. For me, I think the safer bet is for the Lycan just to try and split push since he went for the Dazzle, so he can kill buildings faster. I mean, that's their best bet, and their defense would be like the puck spamming his orbs and acid spray, and hoping that the puck cancels the TP when Lycan is managing to breach high ground. That's like the ideal scenario for them right now.
Yeah. It's a lot of conditional statements, you know. It's a lot of things that have to go their way just to have a shot.
When you're losing and you're under pressure, that's how it is. The game is not in your control anymore. Or bottom lane, Alchemist is gonna get hunted by this big Bat Rider. Drops his Acid Spray, but it's not gonna be very helpful. Still gonna go down.
Now he's in a bad position. He's managed to find himself in between the Dark Sphere, the Sven, and the Bat Rider. They throw the Stormbolt, and then the Sven just starts to go to work on him, chopping wood, as Fear quickly brings him down. That was that with this Mask of Madness and the amount of map control EG have, like Batman is always watching you basically, and he's still got his lasso ready to go. I wonder if he really needs the Mask of Madness when he's got the Darkseer on his team.
Oh, he's gonna maybe run into the Lycan.
Oh, almost got him.
Oh, he has 4,000 gold though on the 3,000 gold on the Alchemist. He needs to. I somehow feel he needs a blink so he can actually try and do something or stop someone's TP when he needs to when the Lycan's is.
Are you psychic, Winter? Like the second you said that, he bought the blink.
What? Oh, okay. I just realized.
I think you're hacking into Rabbit's brain and trying to use it to show off your knowledge.
If I could hack in a player's brain, you know.
You'd probably be pretty imba.
I would have done other things, you know. But
Moo looking for the Roche snipe. He throws out the orb, but already the ghosts come forth, and Sunshine jumps in. He will throw the wards in a nice position, but Moo's not in a good position. Completely in the middle of all the damage that EG is pumping out. How runs in, just absolutely explodes to Arteezy. Say goodbye to the Big Bad Wolf, and say goodbye to Game 1. Newbee just didn't have a shot in this one. EG looking dominant. They take it 23-8, 30 minutes in, completely in control of this game from start to finish. One win away from lower bracket finals.
The strategy that they applied in this game, very, very interesting and very, very, very good versus the way Newbee played this game. A lot of pressure by the roaming Bat Rider at the start of the game, pulling one wave away, stealing the neutral creeps experience, getting his level 2 so he can jungle, and returning after he gets his Tranquil Boots and Magic Wand at level 5 to gank the lane which they leave to the Shaman alone to get experience. After that, it was like every lane was under so much pressure because they were getting a lot of kills left and right with the Bat Rider, and the Sven as well went for a blink without anything, just a power chase and blink.
Yeah, and it worked. It was just like it was like everything went right for EG, and the strategy was really good, and the matchups were great. The draft was solid. There was no weaknesses with that game, so they look flawless in Game 1. But of course, it's a best of 3. I think EG is looking like a threat to go all the way to the grand finals and maybe even take the whole damn thing. Although Cloud9 has had a nice run of it and will have a comfortable wait for those finals tomorrow. Guys, with that being said, I'm LD. He's Winter. It's a best of 3. Stay tuned. Game 2 coming up next. You're watching Beyond the Summit.